Fight number 6 brought to you by Wayne Brown, Extreme Fire Protection. Longtime sponsor. Wayne, not in the house yet, but he'll probably be here later. He is bringing you another amateur MMA bout. That means three-minute rounds. Coming out first, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, coming in overweight at 127 pounds last night with a current record of a 2-3. Doing it for 4-7. Let's hear it for Chris Anderson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of the cage right now, we've got Chris Anderson. This man is 27 years old, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighed in at 127 pounds. Now, I do need to point out, this contracted weight for this fight was 125. He did bust weight, but the fight is still happening.
Yes.
And that's something that is up to your opponent if you come in over. They can still take the fight. If it's a pro fight, they can take some of your purse. If it's a title fight, if they win, they're the champion. If you win, you just won a fight. So there are certain things that come into play when you go over on weight, which he did by 2 pounds.
Yes, yes.
And he does sport a record of 2-3-0. What do we know about this guy?
Well, we do know, I believe he's coming off a loss right now. I think, we saw him before.
Yeah, I believe it was Christian Cortez.
Okay, yeah, and it was a pretty tough fight. If I remember correctly, Christian's a pretty tough kid.
Yes,
he came out there, I think it was a grappling heavy fight.
Yeah, well, it was in the first round. It was literally grappling back and forth, and it was an armbar victory in about a minute in the first round back in September, which is an impressive win against someone like Chris Anderson, who is a really talented jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Agreed.
Training over there at 4-7. So, and it's definitely had a lot of cupping in the last week, too.
No joke. That's all those marks on the back. It's not some crazy bedroom game. Well, let's hear about the next guy.
All right, and his opponent tonight, out of the black corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 121.5 pounds, making his amateur debut. An independent fighter, let's hear it for Bradley Mathis.
Waiting for that spot.
Yep. All right, there it was, ladies and gentlemen. Bradley Mathis is walking out right now. Bradley stands 5 foot 8 inches tall. Bradley weighed in at 121.5 pounds. So again, remember that is against that 127 that was over, yes, and it was contracted for 125. Correct?
Absolutely, correct. That is correct, yeah.
Well, what do we know about Bradley? He is 0-0-0, so what does that mean?
One of those O's has got to go.
And we also know that he is an independent.
So we talk about independent fighters every show. It's so difficult. You look at the very last fight tonight.
Yep.
With that independent fighter, David Than, looking at on paper, when they come in saying they're independent, you don't know what to expect. They could be someone who has phenomenal grappling, great jiu-jitsu, amazing boxing or Muay Thai, but they're not training at a gym anymore, or they're not training at one single gym anymore.
They moved into a new town.
Absolutely. Or they're the baddest guy at the barbecue, and they're coming into the cage to show everybody else that they can beat up people in a sanctioned fight, not just in the backyard against someone that doesn't know what they're doing. So you never know. It's the Phantom Menace. Like, I don't know what I'm getting in against because this guy's never had a fight as far as sanctioned, so I can't watch the tape. I can't look up his record. I don't know where he's training. I know nothing about what he's bringing into the cage skill set-wise.
Well, as I'm gathering, I believe he maybe wrestled for Wasatch.
That would be a good guess.
That's my guess.
I don't know where you're getting that from. Maybe the shorts. Yeah, maybe the shorts.
Why'd you gotta tell everybody?
Because, all right, so nice
leg kick.
Nice leg kick. I was gonna say nice job on Bradley coming right in and circling in the center of the cage. He definitely doesn't look like he's got any. Ooh.
He gets the takedown.
Nice
But we
takedown.
got a choke in. It looks pretty deep.
Wrestling takedowns are dangerous against jiu-jitsu guys. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And this is why.
He's losing it.
He lost it, but you look at the feet that Chris Anderson has, the placement of the feet. He's got the arm and guillotine, but he's got that foot pushed up against the hip to help him crank on it onto the angle where he's actually putting that pressure into the artery and shutting off the blood supply. But
now he's trying to get a sweep out of it, maybe?
Maybe. I'm seeing a good scramble of Bradley. Seems like he's doing a good job trying to move his feet around. Walking on the cage. Great job by Chris Anderson.
He didn't really have anywhere to go with it, so he just kind of put it against the cage, moved his body out of the way, and let him fall.
Slowly get out of the way.
Yeah. I like it, though.
I like what Chris is doing now that he's in the mount. He's not knees on the ground. He's doing something that makes it really uncomfortable for wrestlers and any other grappler, and that's tying up their feet like that.
You can't do much with when your legs are tied.
Yeah, and if you're a wrestler, you're worried about the pin when you're on your back. Another wrestler isn't going to do that to your feet because that doesn't give them any advantage on pushing your shoulders to the mat. And Chris is landing some big shots.
Well, and he's coming in. I mean, here it goes. I think he's got it sunk in.
He's got that rear naked. There's the tap.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Great job. Chris Anderson comes in, gets a really quick submission in this fight. And can't take anything away from the wrestler. That was a great takedown. Just put your head in a different spot when you come in on a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the game. That's the difference. I mean, Chris did a great job in that fight. Great to see him get the victory. Great to see him come out on the winning side.
Absolutely.
You know, those 4-7 guys put in definitely some big work over there. So.
You know, I always like seeing grapplers, and Chris is like I said, he's a talented jiu-jitsu practitioner. I love seeing him throw shots like he was throwing when he was in those dominant positions on the ground.
All right, let's get both fighters to the center of the ring, please. Do me a favor, gang. Make some noise for both the fighters.
It was beautiful. All right, let's take it to the cage and make this thing official.
Your winner, 1 minute, 38 seconds into round number 1. Tap out due to rear naked choke out of the red corner, Chris Anderson.
Chris, let me get you over here. Beautiful performance, my friend. Beautiful. Was that how you planned it? Was it grappling heavy and I guess in the training room this camp?
We worked on a lot of different things as far as I did throw a arm in guillotine that we worked on, but the goal coming in this one was to just finish the first round. I've been dealing with an injury, so I wanted to get in and out of here quick so that I can go recover.
Well, thank you for still coming in here. I appreciate you putting in the work. You know, even though you're injured, you put on quite the show for us. You looked really good. This gets you back in the win column. What are we going to see out of you moving forward?
Just need a little bit of time, hoping for maybe March or just after. We'll see how recovery goes and then jump back in as soon as we can.
All right. You got any family, fans, sponsors you want to thank?
I want to thank my wife supporting me through all of this and helping me recover. It's been a huge help. I want to thank my parents who are at home watching, all my teammates 4-7. Rad Martinez wasn't able to make it because he's out coaching the boys. I want to thank Brian. He's been working out with me a ton and just putting in a lot of technique, a lot of different looks, and that's helped out a bunch as far as developing where I'm at. I want to thank Arnold and Jason as well, and all my friends and family and everybody else that I forgot. We'll just blame it on I'm tired, but I love you all.
All right, everyone. Let me get a big round of applause for Chris Anderson.
Hey, thanks so much.
A talented fighter and a smart man, thanking his wife and his parents, and then everybody else and putting in the work. Walking out of here 3-3, your winner, Chris Anderson.